FA Cup heroes. Macclesfield make memories to last a lifetime. Macclesfield's Sam Heathcote is consoled by fans after his own goal settled the FA Cup fourth-round tie against Brentford. Macclesfield's Sam Heathcote is consoled by fans after his own goal settled the FA Cup fourth-round tie against Brentford. The tifo stretched across the Star Lane end by Macclesfield's fans. Moments before the start of the FA Cup tie with Brentford was emblazoned with the message, "Against all odds." It was also displayed in the players' tunnel at Moss Rose, as John Rooney's side walked out to attempt a repeat of the historic third-round win against Premier League opposition that left holders Crystal Palace embarrassed and beaten. And for 70 minutes on a freezing Cheshire night, Macclesfield suggested lightning could strike twice as they once again stood toe-to-toe with top-flight opposition, refusing to give an inch. It was only then, as tired legs started to betray the National League North side and the gap of 116 places on the game's pyramid finally started to show, that one cruel moment took the dream away. Sam Heathcote, the PE teacher who has been a hero of Macclesfield's FA Cup run, was the victim of the fates this great tournament can inflict along with its glory when he headed Aaron Hickey's cross into his own net. Brentford grabbed at the gift, even then surviving the odd, anxious moment before they were finally able to celebrate victory. The honors were Macclesfield's, as illustrated by Brentford head coach Keith Andrews, graciously going into their dressing room to offer his personal tribute to their display before speaking in glowing terms about their opponents. He said, "I love stories like Macclesfield's. They fill my heart. I thought they were awesome and a real tribute to John Rooney and his coaching team." Rooney, despite the disappointment, appreciated Andrews' words as he said, "He told us he had seen real togetherness in our group, and that's what we work on. We have a good changing room, and it takes you a long way. I really couldn't be prouder of the team. For us to go toe-to-toe with two Premier League teams and to only lose by an own goal is something I'm incredibly proud of. All the lads are down, and Sam's the same, obviously, having scored an own goal. It's natural, but every player knows what they have achieved for this club on this journey, so we should all be so proud. We now go back to our bread and butter in the league. We train twice a week, and we've put that performance on against a Premier League side. How can you not be proud of that achievement? I started my football career at this club, and I've started my managerial career at this club. We want to go on and get promoted. We want to try and get in the playoffs." Macclesfield's fans arrived in a blizzard of optimism. The rainbow that arced over this compact, atmospheric stadium after a storm 2 hours before kickoff, offering up an omen that they could claim another pot of gold. And how they reveled in another visit from a Premier League team, chanting "West Ham away" after hearing the fifth-round draw, then "Are you Palace" in disguise as they tore into Brentford, both physically and with their football, in the opening exchanges. Macclesfield captain Paul Dawson, a goal hero in the 2-1 win against Palace, was inches away from a repeat with a 20-yard shot that was just off target. Every classic FA Cup ingredient was in this mix. The non-league side, with a collection of PE teachers, podcasters, and property developers in their squad, shaking up elite opposition, with the added factor of Moss Rose's 4G artificial surface. There was nothing artificial about the atmosphere as every Macclesfield fan scented another shock in the cold night air. Few other competitions can offer up such a spectacle, and the FA Cup delivered again. In some respects, the halftime whistle came at a bad time for Macclesfield as it disturbed their momentum and allowed Brentford to take a breath and regroup. Brentford head coach Andrews made 7 changes, leaving his big attacking weapon, Igor Thiago, out altogether. It was a high-risk strategy, and there were moments in the first 45 minutes when it looked like it might backfire. And even after suffering the devastating blow of Heathcote's own goal, Macclesfield refused to allow Brentford to simply shut the game down, forcing several desperate clearances in the area before referee Darren England sounded the final whistle on this FA Cup odyssey. Macclesfield will now return to their real world against King's Lynn Town on Saturday, but they have created FA Cup memories that will live forever with players and fans of a club on the rise.